What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I feel bad for Trina. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trina is just in a state of shock, confusion, anger. Like, she just got all these emotions wrapped up in one right about now. Like, she just don't know what to do. And I love how Taggart immediately went to her side, and he made it abundantly clear to her. He said, no matter what happens, you are my daughter. He said, that's not changing. And I love that. And, Trina just wanted a little background. She wanted to know from Taggart, like, did he ever suspect that she could have, she wouldn't be his daughter or something? And Taggart said that shit ain't never entered his mind. He never thought for one moment that she wasn't his child. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that that's not going to change. He spent 20 years raising her. You know what I mean? That's not changing nothing. At the end of the day, don't matter whether he is or not the father, he's still gonna be the father, and I respect that. He gave her a little bit of background about him and Portia marriage and stuff like that, and why he forgave her and how hard it was. But I'm glad that he took responsibility for their failed marriage, because at the end of the day, it takes two. He didn't put all the blame on her, because at the end of the day, he became a neglectful husband. It doesn't excuse her for cheating, but at the end of the day, he wasn't being a good husband to her. He was wrapped up in a case, and it failed the marriage. You know what I mean? Like, even before that, they were having issues. They got back on good terms, and that's when he got the Cyrus case and got wrapped up into that. So it was just a lot of mess that went on that caused the destruction of their marriage. And I'm just glad that he's going to continue to be there for Trina. But Trina made it abundantly clear that she just can't forgive her mother, So anyway, moving on from that, and I can't blame Curtis. Curtis went the hell off on Portia for lying to him. You know what I mean? And she came up with all these excuses as to why she kept this to herself all these years. And my whole thing is, there's a couple ways she could have went about it. Like, if you suspected and she knew, she had that feeling that one of them could have been the father. She didn't know who. She could have snuck and took Taggart's DNA. You know what I'm saying? Had a test. And if Taggart turned out to be the father, cool. She wouldn't have to say, she didn't have to say anything. She could have kept that to herself. But if the test came back negative, then she should have said something. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you should have told them. But to sit on that and suspect and wonder for all these years and not do anything about it, that's pretty messed up to me. Like I said, the only way I would have been okay with her not saying anything is if she just ran and had the DNA test and proved Taggart was the father. Then at that point, cool. You ain't got to tell them nothing. You ain't got to say nothing to nobody about this. It's a moot point at that point. But that was messed up what she did. And I don't see how Curtis is going to move past it. I mean, shit, he couldn't move past none of Jordan lies, so I don't know how he gonna move past this one. She might be looking at an annulment at this point, because she really thought that they could live their lives with that secret between them. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. And now you got, Curtis pissed off at you. Now Trina pissed off at you and don't want to forgive you. So what you gonna do now? So anyway, moving on from that, Maggie was sitting there finishing telling them the story about how Ryan is Esme's biological father, because she don't know who the mother is, but she knows that Ryan is the father, and telling them how Esme wound up finding out about him being her dad and stuff. I guess she had a pen or something like that from the very first murder that he committed. That is so tacky. Like, that's the keepsake that you got from your pappy. You got a pen of a murder. Ooh. Yeah, child services shit. I'm glad they did take her back then, but I wouldn't have let her keep that mess. I would have took that pen. I'm just saying, like, why would you want to keep a pen? That's just tacky. But anyway, that's some sick shit. Keeping a pen of a murder? No. So Maggie all panicking and stuff like that, and Dante trying to calm her down, and that's when he got the call from Jordan about Esme and Heather escaping Spring Ridge and stuff, and that's when she found out that Ryan also got away. So now Maggie really panicking. And Dante had to tell Jordan about Ryan being Esme's father. It's just a whole big bunch of mess going on in Port Charles. That's why I said Dante and Sam need to hop their ass on the plane and come on back now. because we need your help. We got 3 lunatics, 1 with amnesia. We need y'all help. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. We need y'all help ASAP. So Sam is trying to connect the dots because she's just trying to figure out where the hell does Heather Weber fit into this puzzle piece. You know, like, where does she fit into all of this? But they're going to find out soon enough. They definitely are. So moving on from that. Thank God Jordan, you know, found Mac and stuff when she did, you know, because he was telling her what happened and how he didn't know who hit him from behind. So they get him to the hospital and stuff. And, you know, here go Eileen coming up and whatnot, you know, spinning her little nonsense. And, you know, Laura didn't tell her anything of use. She just told her, you know what, just go out there and handle the press. That's what you need to do. Just go handle the press. Make a statement. Do what you got to do. She said, do not say certain things. Don't tell them, you know, exactly who escaped and all that stuff. Don't tell them that, because that's just going to send the town on alert, you know, and that's going to cause a panic, and Laura don't need that right now. Eileen, little sketchy ass. So Mac was trying to get in touch with Felicia, and of course Ryan, little sick ass, answered the phone. Because Ryan was sitting there taunting Felicia, talking about, oh, that's how he got Mac's gun, and, you know, alluded to the fact that he killed Mac or whatever, and Felicia wasn't buying it, because she know he did. I did love that scene, though, when Ava and Felicia was taunting Ryan, talking about how all those times, because Ava knew he was faking that locked-in syndrome shit. She knew, and she was like, all them times I went there and taunted you, and you couldn't do nothing, and they basically said he's a shell of himself. They kept taunting his ass. I'm like, yo, that's what I love about Felicia and Ava. That's why I said, even though they want somebody to, they talking about how somebody gonna come look for them or whatever, I love how they're not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Because most people would be afraid of somebody like Ryan, but they're not afraid. They was like, no, they was sitting there taunting them now, you know, making fun of him, laughing at him and stuff. I'm like, this man has a gun on y'all, and y'all just still poking fun at his ass. So Ryan pretty much warned Mac. He was like, listen, don't send no cops. Don't do nothing, because, you know, I'm taking Felicia as an insurance policy. And if I smell cops, see cops, hear cops, her ass is dead. So that's when Laura got the idea, because Laura was shocked when she found out Ryan was Esme's father. Laura was stunned. But I'm like, Laura, why you stunned? Shit, you live in Port Charles. This type of shit happen every day. This is like a walk in the park for y'all. See, now somebody like me, I would be stunned. But for them living in that town, y'all shouldn't be surprised that nothing y'all hear or see anymore. That shit should be like an everyday event for y'all. But like, I'm just saying. So Laura figured out, she was like, nah, I know where he took them. She said, I know where to look for them. So I'm guessing Laura probably gonna make her way over to Windermere, maybe, or some place that she may know. But yeah, Ava and Felicia was fucking fearless, and I loved every second of it. They didn't give a damn. Ryan, little sick ass, talking about something, oh, I get 2 for the price of 1. No, bitch, you gonna get your ass beat is what you gonna get, because they should have just kicked that gun about his hand. But now he's sitting there talking about, oh, I don't have room on the boat for all of us, so one of y'all gonna have to go, because he was like, we gotta go because I got people waiting. Ava was like, bitch, I ain't going nowhere with you. Ava and Felicia said, we not going nowhere with your sick ass. No, we're not. And he was like, well, I could kill one of y'all. Well, bitch, get the killing. Listen, they can't have me on this show, because I would have sat right there and was like, well, bitch, you gonna have to kill me, because I'm not going with your sick ass. I'd rather go with St. Peter than to go with you. I'm just saying, I will go with the Lord above before I go with your crazy, nutty, sick ass. It ain't going down. No, sir. You just gonna have to pop a couple bullets in me and take me out this world. So Austin, I forgot Austin was there. So Austin heard the commotion going on, and that's when he tried to get his phone out and call 911. And of course, Heather Weber's sick ass coming there with her hook and gonna raise it up. Like, what I just be looking at that hook and the way she raises that shit up. I'm like, what in the fuck? This is like something out of I know what you did last summer. Like, what the fuck is this? Where her raincoat at? Where her slicker? And her little hood. Just nuts. I said, damn, hopefully Austin ass ain't dead. I hope they ain't killing him off now, because Austin was just getting some play on this show. Like, he was just getting some screen time. I'm like, I hope y'all not killing him. Please tell me that's not what y'all about to do. That'd be, pretty jacked up. So moving on from that, Anna and Valentine are over there occupying their time with some yoga. I said, look at y'all ass doing yoga. Trying to come up with the next phase of their plan because they got to continue to let Victor know that they dead or whatever, let him think that. So, of course, they want to use Eileen because Eileen is the weak link. She doesn't have a prior record. You know what I mean? Like, she's not known for doing anything shady before prior to getting with Victor. So they was like, she's the weak link. She's going to flip. So that's where they're focusing all their efforts on her, which is smart. And they got the phone rigged up. They got her phone rigged up for the next, installment of, haunting her and stuff. Eileen is getting scared of shit. She went to go visit with Victor because he's still trying to find out information on Lucy and Anna and find out why Valentine's body is not being released to him. So he's still, occupied with that. But Eileen pretty much want out. She keep thinking that she can walk away from this shit. And Victor keep reminding her, like, Trick, you work for me. Like, you're not going anywhere. You're not done with me until I tell you you're done. I don't know what part of that she not understanding, but... like, ma'am, he's not through with you until he's through with you. And even when he's done with you, he might not let you live. Because you could, testify against him. Victor's not going to leave no loose ends. So even when he's done with her, he might just kill the heifer. So either way... but she's just shaken up by all this because especially she keep replaying that radio shit in her head. When she was in her car and the radio came on and she heard Anna's voice and stuff like that. She heard a voice tell her that she's next. So it got her spooked, and she didn't sign up for people getting killed and all that stuff. And Victor don't care. Victor said, ma'am, I don't care how you feel. This is, the risk of doing business. Like, this is just what it is. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to get over it. But she felt like Laura could be onto her or whatever. And Victor was like, listen, that's your problem. Make sure that Laura is not onto you. You know what I'm saying? Sway that. Fix that. You know what I'm saying? Do something to get her to think that you're on her side. Do whatever the hell you got to do. But he said, don't disappoint me. So that's when he was with Spencer or whatever, and they was talking about, the whole Valentine situation and Nicholas, because Victor can't get a hold of Nicholas, but Spencer had told him that he talked to Ava, and Ava said that, Nicholas left town. I don't know how long that's going to hold up, because everybody and their mama looking for Nicholas right now, so, so he got a call from Eileen, she told him about, Esme's escape and stuff, so he was like, well, keep me updated. So he tells Spencer, and of course Spencer, rushes out of there because he gotta go be with his boo, Trina. And, that's when he found Trina and Taggart talking, and he had to get her out of there and stuff like that, to protect her. So Eileen was sitting on the phone trying to call the warden or whatever at Spring Ridge, and that's when she got static in her phone, and Anna's voice came over telling her again that she was next, and she like, oh, who is this? And she was like, you know who. She said, you killed me and my blood is on your hands. I loved it. I'm like, yo, Anna is fucking nuts. Like, Anna is not playing no games. And her and Valentine just sitting over there loving every second of it. Like, Valentine was like, oh, that's so hot. I'm like, y'all really getting turned on by this foolishness? By haunting people? Like, that shit is like, what is that? Some type of aphrodisiac for them or something? Just a hot mess. And, Anna's still worried about Felicia because Felicia was been supposed to be at the safe house and she never arrived. So now she trying to figure out what's going on with that. It's just a whole bunch of mess going on in Port Charles right now. I'm like, how the hell are y'all going to get out of this mess? Like, you got a bunch of lunatics running around. Victor's still running around. It's just a madhouse in Port Charles right now. But that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. See you later. Peace.